Good day, Internet. Today's little project is to convert a Windows box into a Steam box. It's still going to be a Windows machine, but this little mod will make it so you bypass all that bloat that wants to load up when you fire up a Windows machine. At least that's the goal. We won't be uninstalling any bloat. We'll just be bypassing it with this little modification. So hopefully this is something you can use. So let's get started. First, we want to add a user, a local user, not a Microsoft user. So this is the status of it right now. This is my current admin account, Zoix. And you want to keep that because you're going to always need an administrative account to do stuff on this machine. But let's add a user. Like I said, it's going to be a local account. And Windows 11 being Windows 11 wants you to have a Microsoft account. And we don't want that. So we're going to do that. Add a user without a Microsoft account. That's us, local account only. And this is where we can just type in the name. It's going to be, I'm just going to call it Steam. You can name it whatever you want. You can call it Games or something like that, or Steam Box. And here's something about security. We are not going to enter a password here. We want this to directly boot up into the Steam account. That is a security issue. So that's for you to debate in the comments below whether that's a good idea or not. So here we go. We now have that Steam account. Let's all right, the next we have to do is the registry hack. Yeah, I did mention that at the beginning. You'll be playing with the registry here. So let's exit this. Now we're going to switch user to Steam, the one we just created. It just says sign in. You don't have to enter a password because we didn't plug one in. Oh, and this is one place I might fast forward. All right. We've created the Steam account. Let's get into that registry and make some changes here. First, we have to sign in. No password, so we just click and go. All right, let's get our little text document here to reference. This has the instructions for how we're going to do all this. So let's make this a little bigger. So step one, open the registry. First we open it as admin. So what I just did was in the search bar started typing registry and it pops up in the search results. And then you right click it, run as administrator. And we're going to run it as the Zoix account. That's an admin account. Because the first two changes we're going to make require admin privileges. So step two, here's the next entry that first entry we're going to change. Here is the address bar, and we just paste that in here. Return. So we're going to change this value right here, the shell entry, modify. And it's going to change it from the system entry to this user entry. Copy that user entry and paste it into here. Okay. That step two is done. Moving on, here we have to change. We don't have to change anything here. We just have to see if it's if the shell entry even exists. If it does, we want to delete it. So let's go there now. Okay, in my case, it does exist. I think in most cases it doesn't, but you need to delete it if it does exist. This controls the entire computer. Windows is good. If that entry is not there, it will default to explorer.exe. So if that entry is not there, it doesn't harm anything. Okay, that concludes those changes. All right. The next step, close Regedit, and then open as the regular user. So we're logged in as admin right now. We now want to reopen it as a regular user. So we don't right click on it like this. We just click on it and open it. Now we're opening it as the Steam user. The reason being is we're going to change the current user, and we want to make sure the current user is the Steam account. So here we go. Now we need to change this entry, or at least go to this location. And now that we're here, we need to create the shell entry. That's created, and now we want to put in Steam, or Steam location, the executable location. In my case, I put it in C apps. The default is program files. So if it says program files there, that's usually where it goes. I like to be different. So here it is. Just put it in like that. Okay, in theory, we're done. Big breath, log out and log back in. Let's see how it goes. Sign out. Okay, now we're ready to sign back in. Again, oh, it looks like it's working. There it goes. Let's log into my personal Steam account. I've got it set up so it just automatically logs in. Another possible security issue. All right, it's not logged in big screen. We need to change that. Settings. I believe it's under interface. Run in big picture mode. I do not have it selected. Now I do. Close that. Exit out of this. And notice I have a big blank screen. There's a nice thing that still works. Control-Delete still works, so you still have access to this menu. It's finished signing out. Okay, signing in one more time. And now we're getting big picture mode. This is actually the Steam OS entry now. They've changed the big picture mode, so now it's and since this is the first time I've entered this, it's going to make me go through all this stuff. So let's click all through this. Okay, now here we are. So there's some issues with this. No password for the account, and I have it logging straight into my Steam account. What if you're on vacation and you lose your laptop and someone picks it up? They have full access to your Steam account now, so that's an issue. Another issue, because you're bypassing Windows boot up, you're missing out on your virus protection. You're missing out on updates. So I would not, there is a way to fire up a browser within Steam. Don't do that, because your virus protection will not be there to protect you when you're doing your browsing. You're probably safe just playing games, but as soon as you start browsing, all hell can break loose. And as far as updates, every 2 weeks or so, log into your admin account and run Windows Update. Get caught up. You want to stay caught up on your updates. Now let's do a quick comparison of the resources we're using. Let's fire up Task Manager. And as of right now, with just Steam running and a few other background utilities, 4.4 gigabytes are being used up by my by my system right now, just running Steam and like I said, a few other. There are still a few Windows background things running. So now let's log out. Let's log into my admin account. Fire up Steam. Do the same thing here, although we can do it differently here now that we have Windows running. Yeah, quite a few more background processes are running, and we have 5.4. So additional gigabyte is being used by Windows, the default Windows shell, and then firing up Steam. So you do save a good gigabyte, it looks like, or just short of it. So yeah, it does indeed save some of your memory, and it probably saves a few CPU cycles as well. So something to consider. I hope this helps. If you found this helpful, leave comments below. If you think this is totally stupid, of course, leave a comment there too. I'm sure this isn't practical for most cases, but it's kind of a fun project anyway. Well, have fun, guys.